Hey guys, Useful Yields here. Today we're going to be going over the YieldMax Group B distributions. Yeah, as always, we're going to start with the weekly um, dividends first, and then we'll go into the monthly. So starting with the weekly, so Chippy at 40 cents with the 3-month average of 42 cents. Also, before I forget, as mentioned last time, and I'll try to mention this each time for the new viewers, basically anything that has not been around for 3 months, such as Chippy, I believe, it's just going to take, as much data as it can. The other ones that have been around for more are just going to take up to 3 months. So, moving on. Past that, so we have a 40-cent distribution compared to a 3-month average of 42 cents, so we're slightly below this week on Chippy. About on average on GPTY, as well as right on average with LFGY. For QDTY, we're a little bit above this week, which is nice. There was a little bit of movement in the Qs, which kind of makes sense. RDTY, a little bit below, which is, not by much. So SDTY, a little bit above. Same thing for the S&P 500. Ulti down even more, down to 10 cents compared to 13 cents. You can see how that's kind of flatlined. So I'm really sorry for anyone that's still holding that. YMAG, we have 26 cents compared to 12 cents. So a really big movement there. And I think that's probably due to just some, pushback from the downturn. But we'll see how much that, or how long that lasts. You can see the in terms of the price, it actually hasn't increased that much compared to the dividend they're paying out the last two distributions. So yeah, I guess maybe they just have extra premiums that they've earned. I don't know how exactly they're getting that, but overall not bad. For YMAX, just above the 3-month average. You can see the distribution is pretty much level. So yeah. Babo, we are $1 compared to it's $1.11, so just below, but not by too much. Dips 35 cents compared to 60 cents, so quite a bit there. Also, this is my opinion, of course, but I really do not recommend anyone actually hold any of the inverse funds. They're terrible. Um, they're it just doesn't logically make sense to hold these. They've never performed as well as their counterpart. So, yeah. Phoebe, we have 64 cents compared to 52 cents, so a bit up there, which is nice. GDXY, we have 37 cents compared to 60 cents, so unfortunately quite a dip there compared to its last distribution. Gold has been doing, I know this is gold miners, but gold has been doing very good on so far this year. We can check the price here for year to date. We're up 26%, so pretty dang good. And this, yeah, overall doing, it's like a decent hedge to kind of what's been going on in the market, but I think that's starting to slow down. JPMO, we have 39 cents compared to 41 cents, so just about average. Maro, we have 197 compared to 170, so pretty good on there. And it looks like there's actually a lot of, it's actually recovering quite fast compared to some of these other ones. Sorry. Yeah, no. Murdy, on the other hand, we're at 12 cents compared to 18 cents. You can see that has not really recovered at all compared to the other ones. We have NVIDIA, or NVDY, $1.63 compared to $1.02, which is very good. And everyone's favorite, insanely priced fund, PLTY, $7 compared to $5.31. I want to know what this is at this time. Let's see, PLTY is at $70. That's wild. Yeah, so I mean, year to date, the fund itself hasn't really done too much. You can look on Seeking Alpha. just to see the total return. I really wish more charting software or like sites would include that. But if we go year to date, you can see it's saying negative 64 cents, which is interesting. But we say total return. We can see here that we're actually above almost 40%. So quite a big jump, honestly. But that's just because this fund actually does very well. This is like the new Misty, which is really interesting. If we look at stock analysis and go to MSTY and go to PLTY, assets under management, we can see this is actually only at 374 million compared to Misty, which is at almost 4 billion, which is kind of crazy. But you can also see in the dividends that obviously this is done very well as well, but I don't think it's done as good. Let's see. Well, I mean, it's actually pretty close, but it's kind of consistently, unless except for the beginning part of the year up until like the just the first month of January or the first month of the year, it's kind of consistently been behind Palantir or PLTY. It might honestly dip back into it. They're pretty in line with each other. I personally would lean towards PLTY. The only unfortunate thing about PLTY is the fact that it's so heavily priced. So, yeah. Do they have this ability? They don't. Let's see, PLTY. Try this. Like down to here would have been, it's like a week, 26%. Its worst point to highest point to worst point, it would have been down 50% almost within a span of a month and a half. So yeah, but I think a lot of funds are like that. To be honest, we could probably see that. I think that was like the 12th to the 4th or something like that. 23%. I don't know, man. It's obviously up to you guys. Personally, I think Palantir has quite a lot of growth. Obviously, it's a lot of people think it's a super overvalued fund, which might be true, but also it's still getting trades, so that's what really matters at the end of the day. This fund is very good in my opinion because they just they constantly making deals with the government, and constantly making these very large ticket deals. So whether or not it's overvalued now is a question, but whether or not it's going to have growth in terms of and longevity, I think that's a completely different question. So, like with MSTR, on the other hand, this could go under any day, in my opinion. But, anyways, I'll let you guys choose your own funds. Obviously, I don't want to tell you what to buy, but that's just my 2 cents. And yeah, so these before I go, these will be paying out on the 23rd. So if you guys want to get in now, you should go ahead and buy today if you want to get any of these dividends. Just keep in mind that any of them, especially like Palantir or PLTY, I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying Palantir. PLTY will drop by the dividend amount. So let's say it happened like right now, it would drop by that $7. So don't be scared when that happens because it's going to be a significant drop, right? Happens every single time a distribution comes out. It comes from that price. So whether or not there's movement the same day is a completely different question as well. But but if you want to get in now, and then you'll be able to get that payment on the 23rd. You can see the ex-dividend date is the 22nd. So yeah, but that is it for me, guys, and yeah, I will update you guys obviously next week for Group C, and so on and so forth every Wednesday. If that is going to be their distribution schedule, just anytime that they are going to be updating, I'll give you guys an update. And as always, I also have my portfolio updates on Sunday, so tune into that if you'd like to see that and kind of what I've been up to. But yeah. Anyways, that's it from me, guys. And as always, I wish you guys a wealthy future.